What's up, y'all? It's currently 4:08 in the morning. Do I have to be up? No. Do I want to be up? No. But I am, because I'm taking the steps to evolve in life. I'm taking the steps to become the best version of myself. And why does waking up at 3:40 in the morning correlate with that? Because I believe it gives me more time in the day. It gives me more time to sit with my thought, more time to sit without stimulation. I feel like early in the morning is the best time to truly dive deep in thought, because there's no stimulation. No one's awake right now. I also thoroughly enjoy the dark. That might sound weird, but I do. And I believe having more time in each day, it's not a bad thing. It's never gonna hurt you. I went to bed at 9 p.m. last night, so it's not like I'm, killing myself getting 2 hours of sleep. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of record this video and just really openly record my thoughts. I want to kind of loop you guys into my thought process. And what I've been thinking about today is how much of your life is holding you back. I feel like there's a lot of things, a lot of variables and almost stimuli that hold people back, whether it's the things they're told, whether it's the people they're around, whether it's the environments they surround themselves with. And all of these things collectively influence your brain, influence your thoughts, influence the way you view life and your perspective. The biggest thing at the end of the day is having a clean slate, having a brain that is not clouded with other people's judgment. I feel like a big thing that people don't see is how things influence them. They don't understand why they think. And I feel like one of the biggest things in, becoming aware, which is, the first step to escaping the matrix, is looking inside of yourself and understanding your thought process. Understanding why you did something. Like me, waking up at 3:40 today. Why did I do that? Because I knew that I wanted to have time to dive deep into my brain, dive into my thoughts, and I wanted to record a video for you guys to get a deeper look into my brain. And essentially, when you understand why you do something, you can track it, you can change it, you understand why you are doing something. And I feel like a lot of people, you'll ask them, why did you eat what you ate for breakfast? Why did you get up at this time? Why did you scroll when you woke up? Why did you consume? Why did you do this? Every single thing in their life, as simple as, why did you brush your teeth with your right hand? People don't understand why they do things. People don't understand the deeper meaning behind their actions. And because of that, they go through life on autopilot. And essentially, the way I like to think of it is, are you creating your reality, or is your reality creating you? And when you go through life on autopilot and you don't understand why you do something, that is your reality creating you. Because at the end of the day, you are not the decision maker. You are not in control. And you gain control back by becoming aware, by opening your eyes, opening your brain. And everyone in life will eventually open their brain. Whether it's on their deathbed, whether it's when they're 21 years old like me, there will become a time where you see stuff for how it truly is. You see life for, the true shade of color that it is. You don't see it through this fogged lens, that society wants you to see it through, that the government wants you to see it through. That's why you go through school, because they are teaching you how to view life. They're teaching you how to become a good worker for their matrix. And at the end of the day, if you stick with that thought process, you stick with the vision that was implanted in you since you were a kid, you won't be any different than anyone else. You will live the same life, you will have the same job, you will do the same things every day, and you won't understand why you're doing them. Or you can wake up, you can see that there are so many more aspects to life. The depth of life is truly, inconceivable. People can't understand how deep even the smallest things are. And that's something with my brain. I've always thought, why? I've always questioned everything. I feel like I have not lived my life on autopilot, and that's why I feel like I've lived, 40 years of life in 21 years. And I really just think the most important thing that people are kind of skipping in their mind is to question. To question why. To come to understand the meaning behind things. And I feel like there's not a lot of meaning in people's actions and people's thoughts and the way people do things. Even compared to 100, 200 years ago, there was a lot of art, there was a lot of architecture, there was a lot of poetry, there was, a lot of creativity being displayed that contained deeper meaning. And nowadays, the deepest thing you're gonna see is some TikTok of a girl shaking her ass. Like the, drastic change in depth, emotionally, mentally, intellectually. It's honestly baffling to me. And, one thing that I try to do is kind of, get rid of those influences on my brain. I don't have TikTok on my phone. I try not to, consume content on Instagram. I, don't really go on social media often, other to, post videos for you guys, or maybe, talk to some of my friends. But I try to stay true to myself. I try to understand myself. I try to almost distance myself from the crowd, because I feel like when the noise quiets down, the noise of the crowd quiets down, the voice inside of your brain will get louder. And when the voice gets louder, you can hear it clearer. You can understand it. You can essentially, I know it sounds weird, but talk with yourself. The amount of internal conversations that I have every day, honestly, I don't know if it's normal, but a lot. I speak to myself a lot, and I almost run through situations. I run through possibilities. I run through thought processes. I run through philosophy. I try to, pick my own brain on my ideas and kind of, question myself. Whether it's for validation reasons, whether it's for, to kind of prove myself and make sure that I'm correct, to make sure I'm not just, going off on a tangent and my brain is, running away from me. But the purpose of this video was really just to tell you guys to question things, to tell you guys to try to understand why, try to understand the meaning behind your actions, the meaning behind your thoughts. And the more you understand yourself, the more you will start to understand everything around you. Because this reality, this physical realm, this life, is simply a reflection of your perspective. You can manifest anything you want into this life, but I truly believe that manifestation is not present without action. So to take action, you must take control. And once you take control, then the world is yours. And you can do anything you want with this life.